So this renovation is not without incident. I'm just gonna show you guys what happened. This is really, really sad.
What's that, a dead squirrel?
We're putting in a very complicated door for a client that appreciates it.
Today is Thursday, so the previous vlog ended on Friday, and then this past Monday and Tuesday we had additional demo work done, and then some electrical work done on Tuesday and Wednesday. When they did the electrical, they discovered that most of it is not up to code, so they're having to redo a lot of the electrical work, and that means a really big fee in addition to the amount that I'm already paying for the electrical work. Within this new fee, there's some other stuff that was added later after the contract was signed, but the majority of it is like reworking the electrical. Wasn't really in the mood to vlog, but then thought to myself, you know what, this is real. This is what happens in renovations. Things happen. So this renovation is not without incident. Thankfully, all of the structure and stuff is good. That was definitely a concern before the demo happened, before all the walls were open. So all is good with that. So I had to put my fireplace on hold for now to pay for the additional electrical expenses. It's sad to have to pay for something that you don't see and remove something that is beautiful and that you're going to enjoy. I mean, I'll enjoy the lights and the electrical, but you know what I mean. It's just sad to not have that beautiful visual in the living room of the fireplace. Oh, to be a dog and just sleep all day and not have to worry about paying for electrical. The wood for the framing has arrived. Dun, dun, dun. Process number 2. There's Adam. Let's see what's going on downstairs. So since it's framing, they're working on figuring out supports and all that sort of stuff.
It's old wood with a piece of steel attached to the
This
side.
is old, and this is new over here. Can you see something through here?
So this is this steel right here?
Well,
So they solved this situation here. This entryway, they solved how they're gonna open it up, and I'll go downstairs to show you how that's gonna happen. They're gonna have to extend this wall to about here, and that will prevent them having to like cut into the basement concrete and build a footing. So that I think is a great solution to have that wall open. I don't think I've ever introduced you guys to Mr. Sloth. This is Mr. Sloth. He's a good friend.
what's happening right now is we thought we'd have a piece of steel, but instead it's the original wood from when the house was built.
Yeah, it's an old wood beam. What they used to do, they had a right-handed axe and a left-handed axe, and they would square them off that way. So we'll be able to see that.
Yeah, I pulled the tile here, so,
And that's where we're chomping, right?
correct.
Oh yeah, there's
your hole right
it's
there.
right next to
Your
it.
hole's right there.
Yeah.
What's that, a dead squirrel?
What kind of animals you keeping in here? It's right. It's not a steel beam. It's a lentil.
Yeah.
Can I stand on this, Peter?
Yes, you can.
It's a lentil, boys.
How
Use
big
an
is
angle.
Oh, and then under it, there's a giant piece of steel.
A lentil. It's amazing that one beam is holding up the entire house.
Okay, so this HVAC is a return, sucking air,
Yeah.
From your
but it's
squirrel
not connected. So it's just sucking air over the pipe, over the beam.
Right out of the squirrel cage.
So that's why it smells like squirrel all the time.
It's really squirrely.
So we'll
Dan,
be-
he's the framer, Derek and Adam, and
Laid
Eugene
up
is
on
the
top.
architect.
That's a big plate.
Yeah, and then that's where they set the load.
Problem solved.
Okay.
Here's the second dumpster. We definitely need a third at some point. You'll want to go on a tour of something? Let's go on a tour of the porta potty. We have this great lock here that just shuts and secures the door so that no one comes in while you're doing your business. There's this lovely urinal, the toilet, plenty of toilet paper, and if you need to fix your hair, there's a mirror. And the best part is this apple scented hand sanitizer. Yes.
You have the windows.
This wall here is crucial.
Thank you.
Oh, okay.
I've never had my picture taken before.
Well, let me just say, I trust Eugene very much because he's been in this architectural business since 1959.
December 1959.
So thank you for keeping the house safe. All right, it is check out what the framers did today time. They have left for the day. Oh, the doors and windows will be coming tomorrow, so that's fun. Those are being delivered tomorrow. The infinity door, the side windows, front window. So yeah, that's gonna be cool that they're here and ready to go. All right. Oh, they took the whole ceiling out. Okay. So this was can lights and then 2x4s so that there could be a ceiling with lights in it. This was the original ceiling of the house, so it's kind of fun to see the ceiling again. And they propped up these 4 beams also with 2x4s. I think that's it. I don't know what else they've done, but what I do see is this. I'll turn the camera around. Dun 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 dun, pocket door frame. So that is gonna be for here, for the bathroom. So there'll be a pocket door here, and then when you walk in, you'll see another pocket door here that's gonna be frosted, which will lead into the laundry room. I don't know if I mentioned, but this window is being replaced, so with a larger one. So it'll be split in half, so there'll actually be 2 cranks, and then one will open that way, one will open that way. So it'll be nice to have a better window, which will also be centered with the pocket door that'll be here. It's gonna add a lot more light. Oh my gosh! This is, holy cow, wait! This is flush. Wait, they got them flush. For the longest time, we just thought there would be 2 beams that had to come down here and here, but they're flush. That's incredible. So this whole entire ceiling is gonna be one perfectly flush ceiling. This is a surprise to me. And then they go into the metal beam here and there. Oh, this is amazing. But here's a better view of what the opening is gonna look like. So all of this will be removed and just open to the stairs. I don't know if I mentioned, but all this is being replaced. This will be squared off. The stairs themselves will be refinished, and then the backs painted white. A railing matching the wood of the floor, straight post, and then black metal banister post things. So that'll match on both sides. So all of the ceiling, the whole ceiling in the entire house is gonna be level. There won't be any beams or anything. That's so cool. Oh my goodness, I'm so excited. So I was going to bring my car back from storage this weekend, but they need to use that side of the garage for the doors and the windows now to store them, which I expected. So I actually have the car storage spot for 2 months, and I did that so that if they needed to use the other side of the garage for storing something, then they would have that, and then I could just bring the car back and forth. But looks like it's gonna be a little longer before I get my baby back in the garage. All right, well, I think that is about it for today. I will update you when there's more to update you about, so we'll see you tomorrow. It's a new day, and I just got word that the door and the windows are on their way. They should be here very soon. So that 9-foot infinity door, this is the frame for it. Looks like one of the door panels. There's the kitchen window. It's huge. And then the 2 side windows are left. All right, so there are 2 of these windows for the side of the house. You guys saw the kitchen window, which is behind here. And then these 3 packages are the bifold, or I guess trifold door, along with this crate here. The only thing that's missing, and it's back ordered currently, is the screen for the bifold door. It's exciting to have the windows and doors here. The framers finished the support of the opening by the stairs. It looks so open and so big. Check this out. This is actually better than I imagined it would be. Like, this is so cool. It's so open. Like, it just opens up this whole entire space. It instantly feels bigger and just open. I just noticed this crazy steel beam that they had cut off from here in order to extend this LVL support into there. And it's actually kind of cool how they attached it. They cut this notch and then they were hammering it into the metal beam itself to secure it. It was just really fun to watch. So they've started framing the bathroom as well as the laundry room. So this will be the door and then the other door. I think they're going to lunch, so I'm going to take this opportunity to go film a video. I know I'm filming a video right now, but like a Harry Potter video. It is Monday, and I'm just gonna show you guys what happened. So we had a storm roll through, and let's go outside. It's still raining. So I've got my umbrella. Watch out for dog poop. That would just make this a better experience. Oh my word. Oh, it might just be, shoot. This tree might have to come down. This is really, really sad. This really sucks. Not just financially, but because this tree was so beautiful. So I came out here and looked quickly at what this was and called power company, but I didn't really look at this. That looks pretty bad. I shouldn't really be this close to the wires because it's literally being held up by the electrical wires. This is my red bud that will probably be savable, so that's good. That right there is the cable wire, so that's snapped. And then these are the electrical wires. That's a huge limb and a lot of damage. And even if they took off those 2 limbs, it's kind of a pointless tree. Oh my gosh, this is gonna have to come down. Oh, I'm sorry, tree. It's gigantic. So that's what happened today. I was doing some work and then heard this giant crash. A coworker's gonna have to finish my work because I don't have internet now. And of course it stops raining as soon as I come inside. There's a positive of the day, and the positive of the day is one of the windows is in and it's perfectly centered. So it's like I saw it as I was coming down to see what that giant noise was and see the limb, but I haven't stood here and looked at the new window. That's a huge improvement. Check this out. So this is the laundry room window. Dun 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 dun. So we didn't do an update on Friday because we had seen this opened up. So I showed you guys this. So then the remainder of Friday, they got this supported. They still have to deal with plumbing in this area. And then they started the framing for the powder room and the laundry room. And here is the new window. Wow, this is a big improvement. This is a huge improvement. Oh my gosh. It's like you're outside too. It feels like you're outside looking at that really sad limb, but big improvement for this space right here. So that's really it. That's why I didn't really do a update on Friday, because that window hadn't been in. They had just done some framing and then finished the structural work, but we talked about this. ComEd should be hopefully coming soon to deal with the tree limb. Thankfully, it didn't knock the power out. That's huge. I mean, it really stinks that the internet was knocked out because I rely on internet for both my jobs, both here on YouTube as well as the data processing job. But I think that's it for today. I don't know if anything else is gonna go down today. I'll see you tomorrow, Tuesday. It is Tuesday, and that's actually the end of the day, so they've already done their work, but a lot happened today, and a lot is going to happen tomorrow. I'm gonna tell you guys what's happening tomorrow in a second, but today was mostly focused on structure, and they put in new beams. The plumber's coming tomorrow, so they'll be able to put this beam up flush into the ceiling once the pipes and stuff are rerouted. All right, so let's just go through and I'll tell you guys what they did, and then I'm gonna tell you guys what they're gonna do tomorrow. All right, so they started to frame out this wall. So on the opposite side of this wall is gonna be the refrigerator and the kitchen, and then this will be an entry coat closet. We decided on the placement for the new 8-foot windows. So this is where they're gonna be. It was important for me that this wall and the end of the window on this wall, this was all the same space, so there was a nice balanced corner. And then we left enough room for the future fireplace. Again, that's gonna go in later. So then over here, this was the really big thing that they did today, and it's starting to work on the support. So the biggest structural thing that they did today, and this was a big job, was putting in these LVL beams. It was a steel beam that went all the way across, and what they had to do was essentially slice off pieces of the metal beam and then slide it out. So see that little opening there between the wood beams? That's where they had to slide out the metal portion. And then here at this corner, this is gonna be a supporting wall that comes down there. So again, it may not look like a ton was done, but a ton was done. I mean, that's a huge project, especially the fact that they had to cut off the metal beams in sections and then slide them out before they could put these new wood beams in. It's really fascinating to watch. They also got this support ready for the infinity door. So they put in this main post, which supports this header, this LVL header, and then it also is supporting this new wood beam. So from here to there, that's gonna be the opening of this space. That's gonna be how big the door is. And you guys are gonna see the new door tomorrow. Wednesday is installation day for the infinity door. I also have an update about the tree, a very sad update. So I had a arborist come out yesterday. They were in the area, which was fantastic, so they were able to come real quick. They said that with that damage, that whole center branch would have to come out, as well as the other side one, which literally leaves one branch and then the two side branches. So the whole tree is coming out. But that black that's on the top of that broken area is actually rot. So that's the reason why that branch fell in the first place. But ComEd came today and they removed the branch limb from the wires, so that's all good. Comcast and Xfinity are coming tomorrow to fix the cable, and the tree trimmers are coming tomorrow to clean this up and take down the tree. So I'll actually have the door to show you guys, as well as the removal of the tree, which is not what I wanted to show in the vlog, but it'll be in the vlog. So I also made the decision to take out this tree. And I'm sure some people are like, what, Peter, why would you do that? It's because of how close it is to the house. And this tree is the exact same tree that was here that had to be taken out, and the exact same tree as this one. So if these two trees weren't structurally sound, this one really makes me nervous. If it were to fall over, it would be devastating to the sunroom as well as the rest of the house. So we're literally losing two trees. So that's the update for today, and I'll have a lot more exciting things to show you guys tomorrow when the door gets put in. DeGroot just arrived. It is early on, what's today? Wednesday. It is Wednesday. Tree trimmers just arrived. DeGroot just arrived. Plumber should be here really soon. Everybody's here. I'm wearing all black because it's kind of like a day of mourning with those trees. I'm not really wearing all black because of that, but it's a coincidence. It is sad though that the trees are going. Things are about to start, like right now. That space is huge! This is seriously so sad, but also seriously so amazing. How these tree guys climb the trees and have the ropes that connect to different branches, and then they cut a branch, and then the rope holds the branch, and then they bring it down safely. He's checking how level the house is now. Pretty good?
Within a 16th, so can't complain about that. Right now we're checking the opening, make sure everything level and plumb, and prepare it for the door.
All right, let's check the tree. Update you guys on that. They're getting the frame of the door all set. There's panel number 1. Here comes Derek.
See his reaction to the door.
That thing. That's a big one.
Yeah.
Oh, you got it right. So hold up.
Are you tight over there?
No, I've got the saber feel all the way up.
Okay, we'll check again with the level.
Take a video of that.
Perfect.
He's coming down. I keep debating about this tree over here, but then I think to myself, you know, if something did happen, then I'm gonna regret not taking it down, and something very well might happen.
Alright, so it's these number 8 3-inch flathead screws, and we're supposed to put a little bit of sealant.
Okay. Check that. This has to be perfect because this is where all the action happens. Everything depends on this being perfectly level. So I'm making sure that this will never leak because water may get down in here at some point. And just to make sure, we're going to silicone all of these screw heads. That's what you want to see. Perfectly in between the lines.
So the frame of the door is in. Now we're just waiting for the doors.
So why did you guys split this?
So they call it drainage fixture units. The combined amount of pipes you have, it was going to be over this 2-inch. So we ran it separate to stay within code. Plus, this one was crossing the beam back there, so we had to reroute it this way.
So tell me why you're putting hangers up.
Make it stronger so it doesn't, when you use something, it doesn't shake the pipe.
Okay.
Unless while you're eating dinner and somebody's upstairs using the bathroom, you hear tick, 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 you know?
Don't want
Yeah.
that.
No tic-tics.
No tic-tacs.
So there's actually a surprise element in this reno that I haven't told you guys about, and I'm not going to tell you guys about until you see it done. You may see, I may not be able to hide it, actually. I'm going to do my best to hide it, but if I can't hide it, you'll see it in the final reveal of the renos. I'm not even telling my family about this, so it's going to be a surprise for them too.
Adam, this is my cousin Nicole.
Hi.
Hi, how are you?
So nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. See the family resemblance.
This was definitely a good decision. See that hole in the center? The tree is rotting from the inside out. All right, both trees are down. They haven't ground out the stumps yet, but that's very sad. I mean, there are trees, there's still trees. So right in here, these holes, that's just totally rotted out. And that's what happened to the other tree that I took down. So this is making me a little happier that these were removed. Right now they're grinding the stump with this giant saw grinder thing, so let's take a look.
Put it back where you got it.
So excited!
That's cool. This is pretty slick. All right, so then we only got one more.
Perfect. It's gigantic. It is Gigantosaurus.
We're putting in a very complicated door for a client that appreciates it. We're testing the fit is what we're doing right now. So we've got it roughly put in. Now we're just doing the fine tuning.
So the top needs to move to my right a little bit.
What's awesome is the opening of this door here, just like this section, Nicole's measuring it with her arms, is wider than the slider door that was here. So those are the 3 door panels folded up, and that is how big the opening is gonna be. I really think that this door was a good call. I just realized I never introduced Josiah, everyone. This is Josiah.
Hello.
An integral part of the group construction.
Right.
The tree guys have left. We had this beautiful red bud that planted itself and was like in this really cool shape. And it was gonna grow all beautifully, and the branch fell on the red bud. So the red bud's now gone too. This is where the red bud was. That's where the big tree was that they took out.
It's off the video again. I think it's fun that you're taking a video for YouTube and
Yeah.
we're watching a YouTube video for our instructions. Everything is sealing up really nice.
So Adam's building his own house.
Yes,
You think you're gonna put one of these in your new house?
I would like to.
We're gonna move this gas.
You know what I
Get
would
rid of that.
You know what I would love?
Yes.
I would love you to get those water lines out of the way,
Okay.
and then do that first. And then secondly, while you're doing that, we'll put this window in,
Okay.
and then you guys are good to go
the
up
kitchen?
there, and then we'll leave you alone.
Okay.
Great stuff today, guys.
It was a work of art, man. It was tricky.
Doesn't it look good? It looks really nice.
So something exciting happened. The Xfinity Comcast guys are here to fix the line that the tree snapped, and they saw like, hey, you're doing, construction. Where are you gonna run the cable and the internet? And we're like, oh, we were thinking, maybe put it in a closet over here, the front closet. We're like, well, while we're here, we can run that for you. And it's not gonna cost anything. That's amazing, big win. All right, everybody left for the day. I knew they were doing this window tomorrow, but they're doing both of the side windows tomorrow too. So it's gonna be a big window day. Light is gonna pour in from this one and that one. So these two windows are going to be the same size as this one here. So cue tomorrow. It is the end of this work week. It's Friday. So the last time you guys saw me was Wednesday. So people were here all day yesterday, Thursday. It was packed with everyone. Like the plumber was here, the electrician was here, the plumbers were here, the electricians were here, the builders and framers were here, the HVAC was here. Like everybody was here. So a lot happened. And then today, Dan and Andrew were here finishing up some stuff, installing one of the windows, as well as framing out things to prepare for next week. So let's just go through and I'll update you on all of the things that happened. All right, so you walk in the house and you see two new 8-foot windows on this wall. So cool. So all three of these windows match size-wise as well as style-wise. And then moving over here, we have this amazing door. So excited about this door. Over here we have the new kitchen window, which I will admit was a little shocking when I saw it in for the first time. It's just smaller than I imagined it would be. And granted, I'm not seeing all of the cabinets and everything and the countertops in, which will come up to this line there. The cool thing about this window though is all three of the panels open. I didn't realize that the center one was going to open. And I think they took away my crank so that I couldn't play with it because I was playing with it yesterday. But anyway, it pushes out like that. All right, so light is just already flooding in. We already saw this window, and then here's this view of this room. Again, fireplace will be there. That's why there's so much space in between the windows. Everything is balanced. The space from here to the corner and here to the corner is the same distance. And then from here to the corner And here to the corners, all the same. Balance, guys. I love balance. All right, let's see what else was done. There was a miscommunication with the pocket doors. There were supposed to be 2, but it was only framed for 1, so they changed the framing for that. So now both of the pocket doors will open this way. Boom and boom. And so the hookups have begun for the laundry, so for the washer as well as the dryer. And what's nice is this is set into the wall, so you can put your dryer all the way up against the wall without crushing the dryer vent tube. This corner is now framed out, ready to go. Ken, who is the HVAC guy, patched this up because I didn't want to have a big return vent like right smack dab here on the wall. So that's gonna be moved somewhere either to the bottom or elsewhere, but I'm glad that it's not gonna be right smack dab at the top of the ceiling because that would be the first thing you saw when entering the house. It's little details like that. So if you guys are ever doing renovations, think through like everything, visuals, balance. I'm not like an expert, but like I do have a good sense about what is gonna look good once it's done. So just like a word of advice from someone who's not really an expert, but who's going through this and has gone through this in the past. Think through all of those things. Like, oh, there's a vent. Can that be moved? Because do I want to see a big vent at the top of the ceiling when I first enter the house? Or like, oh, the bathroom window, is that gonna be centered in between the pocket doors? You know, it's stuff like that that you need to think about because you'll regret it later. All right, so I think I'm actually gonna end this vlog here because there's already a ton of content in this vlog, and I'm actually thinking this might end up being like a 6 to 8 episode vlog series. Originally I was thinking 4, but I don't want to make these like 2-hour long vlogs, so let's end this one here and then we'll pick up next week and then the following week and see where it goes. Oh, I can't open the door yet all the way because there's some electrical that needs to be moved that's in the way. That's why I haven't opened it all the way and shown you guys, but I mean I can open this door and step outside, which is so nice. So it's this right here that prevents the door from opening all the way. So this has to be moved and redone. This is what actually powers like the electrical outlet over there, and those 2 rocks out there are both electrical outlets. So that has to be moved before the door can be opened all the way. But here's a fun little thing about the door. It has these 2 magnets, one on the top, one at the bottom, and then over here. And it just locks shut. When you want to open the whole thing, this is the door lock that you release and it pushes out. See how it catches right there? So I'm not gonna open it any further than this. But that is the mechanism of how the door opens, and it opens all the way over to the side, revealing that opening. All right, I'll see you guys in the next vlog. And since this is still the Potter Collector channel, if you have any questions about Harry Potter or collecting, feel free to leave a comment down below. You can also join the Potter Collector community on Instagram at the Potter Collector, or on Twitter at Potter Collector. Now it's time to like, comment, subscribe, and until next time, keep collecting and renovating. Thank you so much for watching, and if you're new here, welcome. We cover all things Harry Potter on the Potter Collector channel, like books, merchandise reviews, unboxings, Wizarding World of Harry Potter videos, and more. If you would like to subscribe, you can click right here. You can also check out a previously posted video right around here. If you have any questions about Harry Potter, feel free to leave a comment down below. I am happy to help. But for now, I must go. We'll see you next time.
Whoa, where'd he go?